All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion will pass unanimously for the people who are present. We're gonna do a fairly brief discussion of the legislative summaries. I'm gonna hand it to Ms. Bachman and Ms. Maynard.
Madam Chair, members of the committee, before you is the latest draft, which is very much what you were at our last meeting, the one update. We wanted to make sure that the understanding around new transit funding is net new. So if you go to if you start at the yellow sentence at the bottom of page 1 and go over to the top of page 2, you'll see the words net new before the words revenue. And essentially that is the only significant change made from the versions that you all were happy with before. Again, mostly what we've done is we've cleaned up existing positions, added the transit piece is the newest position. And that really is where we are with our legislative agenda. We're trying not to put a lot of things in it, keep it focused to which is protecting our money, getting our money back, and the net new transit funding. And those really are our priorities for 2026.
Hey, well, that's not anything a whole lot different than what we've talked about for years, actually. Have any questions for Ms. Baynard? No, so that's basically what this is all
That's all that does, like our
is what it says. Do you want to quickly talk about anything new that we need to do as we walk into a new General Assembly session with a new governor?
Just that we're all waiting to get appointments made, but we have 13 new Democrats, but we have a total of I think 16 new General Assembly members, which is a lot of turnover, again, double digits. So a lot of in Northern Virginia, we have 2 new members. We have Delegate Guzman is back as delegate. And Delegate John McCullough replaces Delegate Higgins. So our entire House and Senate delegation is Democratic. So at least from a NVTA knowledge standpoint, we actually only have probably one person to bring up to speed because Delegate Guzman was here before and knows us really well. Actually, Delegate McCullough probably does know us a little bit. He used to be David Reed's chief of staff. But there are.
I knew that.
Yeah, for like a couple of sessions, maybe.
I knew that. Okay. Well, I certainly see Delegate-elect Reed. Delegate-elect McCullough already, and I'll see him on the 15th, and I can sit down and talk to him about
bring him up to speed.
Yeah.
So we will communicate the final version of this to each of the members. Once again, I've already talked to Delegate Watts about you all coming down to speak to the delegation in January. I don't have a date, but probably that first or second full week in January. Our delegation meets Mondays at 5:30.
Yeah.
And they try at least for the first 4 or 5 weeks of session to have different presentations. They'll do a education one. They always do a transportation one. So I suspect that there'll be a transportation one that'll have both the transit mode, but I thought it would be important to brief the delegation on the BRT report and other things that are going on in the NVTA's life. So.
And then when we find out who the Secretary of Transportation would be, we need to see if we can set some time up for you.
Yeah, maybe
we'll talk to that.
Depending on how busy session is, might be right after session, but yeah, we will set that up for sure.
Yeah, that probably makes more sense because the first months are going to be getting acquainted to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And CTV is meeting in Northern Virginia in the May. I think it's May. Yeah, I don't know where yet, but they're trying to do a travel of a few of their meetings they have around the Commonwealth.
Oh, that's great.
And they'll be back in Northern Virginia next year. Okay. So we'll have to see how to work with that.
Any other questions for Ms. Baynard or Ms. Bachman? Anything else you want to tell us?
We're good.
And having seen all that and said all that, then we'll call this meeting of the Government Personnel Committee adjourned. So efficient.
It's like a 5-minute meeting. I think that's a record.
We can do anything else we gotta do in there.
Sometimes with the nobody. Hang on then.
My nails on one.
Yeah, so just want to let you know that
Yeah.
26th of January, they have it, if that happens to be when they want to schedule it.
Yeah, I told Aaron he wasn't sure. He just said, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah, because that's.
It's easier because everybody's